3, 2, 1, action.
All right, good evening and welcome to the Super Bowl edition of the IMK Sports Insiders Weekend Sports Review, where the winners get their info. Hosted by me, Parlay P, and live from LA, my man Big G. We cover all the weekend sports action. We pick the spreads, the future props, money line bets, and what we're best known for is parlaying. I'm going to give you a little bit of an NHL cover this evening. I'm going to also hit the college football aspect, but most importantly, we got Big G coming in with college basketball, the NBA, and together we're going to nail this thing for the Super Bowl this weekend. Okay? Now, live from LA, we got my man Big G. What you see out there, Big G?
Hey, what's up, T.I., man? What I see Washington's going to be at Washington State tonight. State's getting back to more late to that league scorer. But this is a big rivalry. Washington's got the guard rotation. I like them in a big way. Minus 2.5 is the spread. I like Washington.
Okay, the first game, Washington State. Washington minus 2.5. What you got, G?
Okay, we got Air Force at Nevada. Now, both these teams have done well for us, but Air Force has done excellent against the spread. They're on the road. They've covered the last 6 games on the road. They're getting 10 points at Nevada. So I like Air Force plus the 10.
Okay, perfect. Second game, Air Force versus Nevada. We're going to go with Air Force plus the 10. Keep it rolling, baby.
All right, then we got my homeboys from Durham. We got Duke going up to Syracuse. That's just surprising. I got to tell you, when they went up and gave Pittsburgh a spanking, they caught me off guard with that one. But even saying that, I believe Syracuse is going to stand up at home, and they're going to take this minus 3.5. I like the over on this one also. The over is 133.5.
Okay, we got Duke and Syracuse in a big game up in Syracuse, New York this evening in the Carrier Dome. And we're going to take Syracuse minus the 3.5. Now, Big G, what do you think about that matchup tonight between the freshman Jabari Parker and the senior Mr. Fair for Syracuse? What do you think about that matchup? How do you think that's going to impact the game tonight?
Well, they both big-time players, man, but this boy Parker is special, man. He can handle it on the outside. He can take it to the inside. You know, he can do the one-on-one. He can create his own shot. I mean, he was fading. At Pittsburgh, he was fading from 25, man, rocking the jumper from the corner. I like him in a big way. But don't get it twisted. Eric Fair's tough. He's been down around the Baltimore area, so he's a tough kid. And he's going to welcome the competition. So I think Jabari Parker has a much bigger upside. But I look forward to the night to see what's going to happen.
Okay, perfect. I think that will be one of the key matchups in this evening's game, and also how Syracuse zone goes against Duke's three-point shooting and vice versa, how Duke attacks that 2-3 zone of Syracuse. It's a vaunted 2-3 zone. All right, what's the next game you got for us, Big G?
Okay, this is a whole lot to you, my brother. We got Furman down in Greenville, South Carolina. Stay down from me. They're going against Chattanooga. Chattanooga's been winning now. They did let us down the last game, but last 7 or 8 they've covered. They're at home. They went big at home. It's a minus 10. They should do the D. Shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
Chattanooga minus 10.
All right, wonderful. Now we got Tennessee Chattanooga versus Furman. Chattanooga minus 10 and a homage to me. That's a special game for me. I appreciate that, Big G. I just like Chattanooga this year. I think they've been covering a lot and getting it done. I know the last game they did play was tough, but that's the one thing you got to know when to get back on your teams. And we're going back on Chattanooga minus that 10. What's the next game, G?
Okay, we got the Hawkeyes, man, on bounce back. I was going down to Illinois and down to Champaign. And they're going to take care of business, man. They got too many shooters around from the 3-point line. So they got the 2 big boys down low who can handle it. They can drop step, take it to the rack on either side. Illinois, they play good defense. They got a tough kid, Revante Rice, but they don't have enough. It's a bounce back game for Iowa. I like them minus 4.5. They should take care of business. Iowa minus 4.5.
Okay, yeah, and I feel strongly with you on that as well, Big G. I think it's definitely a bounce back game for Iowa. Illinois does play scrappy. That Revante Rice, he's actually a transfer kid that has emerged to play better at Illinois than he was. He transferred in from Drake, and he was pretty good at Drake, but it seems as though now he's even better at Illinois. So we taking Iowa minus 4.5 in a bounce back game in Champaign tonight. Next game, Big G.
Okay, we got Rice. You know, this is our weak sister, one of our big sisters. They haven't covered all year, I don't think. I have to think about this. So Rice is at Texas El Paso. They're a giveaway. El Paso's got a nice squad, but just the fact that Rice is just so pitiful. Texas El Paso minus 14.5 at home. Plus El Paso 10-3 at home also. So they have a good squad, and they should go ahead and dominate this game.
Okay, in that game right there, we have UTEP versus Rice. UTEP minus 4.5. We're going to go ahead and take UTEP in a big blowout. Rice is going to go in there and just lay down. It's El Paso del Norte, home of Don Haskins and the Texas Western Miners. They revolutionized as well as changed college basketball as we know it today, and they're going to blow out the Rice Owls this evening. What you got next, G?
Okay, we got Arizona. This is one of our favorites. Obviously, they dominate most of the time. Although the last game with Stanford, they had some problems and did not cover. But they have 8 of the last 9 games. They're on the road again. They're still up in the Bay Area. They're playing Cal this time. Arizona's just too big down low, man. They got too many guys down low. Tarzuski and the other kid. What's the freshman kid's name? I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon. And, you know, he had a bad outing on that game. He couldn't make anything. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Right.
I think he'll bounce back from that. They're playing Cal. Now, Cal's got some boys. They can shoot them up. They got some nice, you know, big guard, small forward, quick, tough, but they don't have a lot of big boys down low. And even though they're home, Arizona should go ahead and win this game, minus 4.5 of the spread. I like the over on this. Now, Arizona, you ordinarily plays good defense. I think they will tonight. But I just think Arizona's going to get off to a good start, and it's going to be so lopsided. I think they'll have the scrubs in the second half, and it'll be over 133.
Okay, in the Pac-10 special for my man out west, Big G, he's giving you Arizona and Cal tonight. Arizona minus 4.5 and the over 133. Now, just a hint on that game that you were talking about right there, Big G, the Aaron Gordon kid, he is from the Bay Area. So they play Stanford on Thursday. They're playing against Cal tonight. He may have a little bit of nerves involved, so that may have threw his shot off tonight. But I love that kid's energy, and he jumps out of the gym. I think he's going to be a major factor in the game tonight. Go ahead, you had something?
No, he does, man. But again, you were talking about Jabari Parker, man. When you compare him to Jabari Parker, it's night and day.
It is night and day.
Jabari Parker's job.
Right. I think that, and that's one of the things that we will get into as we divulge into the college basketball season further this season, how we break down some of these freshmen's games. Because as I looked at the game today between Kentucky and Missouri, obviously Kentucky has a lot of freshmen, but that Julius Randle kid is really standing out to me also. The energy of some of these freshmen is just unbelievable, what they're bringing to the table with this energy. So we'll talk about that at another time. But the freshmen this year are unbelievable in college basketball. This is one of the best freshman classes that I can remember in recent times. All right, what's another game you got for us, Big G?
Okay, we got, you know, my favorite team, BYU, is at home. St. Mary's is going up to BYU, and, you know, it's going to be one of those games. Nobody plays defense. It's like an and one at the park game. You know, let them get a shot, so you go down and get yours. They're going to escort them to the basket. They've gone over on the last 5 games in a row, and they should do that tonight also. The over is 154. And again, it's going to be a free-flowing match. 154, they will go with BYU over 154.
All right, there we go. And you heard those words. First of all, the game is St. Mary's versus BYU over 154. You heard the 2 key words, footloose and fancy free. You know what that means? Over. All right, Big G, any more college basketball games that you see tonight?
Last one, another favorite. We got Hawaii at home. North Green is going to Hawaii, so this is another team California team, they're going to have to take that long trip, another 5-6 hour trip. No telling what time you're going to get there in the middle of the night. Girls are going to be scantily clad. You know, in California, they ain't used to that out there in Hawaii, man.
Wow,
They talking all that, what's up, bro? I take it easy, and they're going to put them to sleep, man. When they get on the court, they're not going to be ready, like most teams. Hawaii minus 12.5.
Hey.
They're going to rock them out, minus 12.5.
All right, so for the last game of the night, we have Hawaii versus Cal State Northridge taking the trip to the Rainbow Land again to be mesmerized by hula hoops and luau dances. I remember it was 2 weeks ago, Big G, you called the game, Hawaii. It was, I'm not sure if it was Riverside. May have been Riverside or Irvine. They beat them by, they played Riverside. They beat them by 30. Like you said, it's something about that Hawaii air, the water. They get over there and they do not want to play basketball. They want to look at the sights.
Them teams go out there and get mounted, brother.
So here's an insider once again given by Big G. Any teams traveling to Hawaii, look for Hawaii to cover the spread in what we call the rainbow effect. They will get blew out.
Okay, let's go to the NBA, man.
All right, what we got for the NBA, Big G?
Okay, we got the Nets going to Indiana. That's how much getting out. Indiana got punished the other night, which was a surprise to everybody. This is going to be their bounce back. Minus 11 at home. They're 21-2 at home. They'll cover that minus 11.
All right, we got Indiana minus 11 in the NBA. What else you see?
OKC, this is Durant and the boys. They're on a monster roll. We talked about them last week, and they covered every game this week. They covered every game this week. We told you to get on board. They covered. I'll say it again. They covered every game this week. That's money in your pocket. Okay, we got OKC. They're going to go over to 201. They're playing Washington in D.C. John Wall and his boys, and they've been playing pretty good. They've been scoring points. So I think the over is going to be in play, 201. And also OKC will cover the minus 5.
Okay, so the second game, Big G is taking OKC minus the 5 against Washington and the over the 201. And I'm with you, Big G. OKC has covered every game for a week straight. Kevin Durant is on a monster tour. And in tonight's game, as they say, he's going home to get some of Mama's cooking. He is back in D.C. So I would hate to be the people guarding him tonight. I predict KD to get 30 tonight in D.C. as he comes home. And that's going to be another blowout. So we going with OKC minus the 5 and the over. You better jump on OKC. The train is only going to ride so long. It's rolled for 7 days. You got another chance to get on it. The OKC money train. Get on it. Anything else you see out there in NBA, G?
Yeah, we got a couple more. We got Milwaukee, which is a terrible team at home, and then even worse on the road, 4-20. They're going down to play the big Bruce brothers, Gasol, and my boy Zach Randolph. They're going to take them old school, you know, like Jeff Ruan did back in Mayhorn did back in the day. This is not 4.5. This is another team we told you to look at last week, and that's another team that covered every game this week. So that's another money maker. If you weren't on it, hey, you might as well took your money and thrown it in the trash can. So Memphis minus 12.5 at home.
There we go, another NBA giveaway. Memphis versus Milwaukee tonight. Memphis minus 12.5. The Bruce brothers have reunited. Modern day form. Zach Randolph, Gasol, banging and clanging. Anything else, NBA Big G?
Yeah, this is the last one. To wrap up the basketball segment, we got Utah coming into the Clippers. And Utah's played a little better the last 2 or 3 weeks. But the Clippers are on a nice roll since they got Riddick back. They got the outside shooting to spread the floor. The Clippers are minus 13. They should cover that. They're 19-3 at home, so I like the Clippers at home.
All right, another LA special. As they say, California love. You're giving it to them, Big G. The LA Clippers tonight versus Utah. Some things happen to them teams when they hit LA too. You got the insider on it. They're going to get blew out tonight. Utah gets blowed out when they hit the Angel City. We got the Clippers minus 13. All right, that wraps up our college basketball and NBA segment. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to jump right into our Super Bowl segment.